Good afternoon, YouTube. I got it right this time. I said every time I've started these live streams, I've always said good evening. So I've actually remembered what time of the day it was. But I hope everybody's doing well. How is everybody? Hope the lockdown is not getting too boring for people. It certainly is for me. It's getting a bit monotonous now. Whilst I understand that we have to do this lockdown, and whilst I understand that, we just need to be a bit patient. It doesn't stop it being boring. So I hope everybody's doing well. Having said that, let's get into what I was going to talk about. And as the title says, the Premier League is suspended indefinitely. That was announced yesterday. I was going to do that on yesterday's stream, but by the time that was announced, I'd already set up the stream. And if you've not checked out that stream, please go and check it out. So if you've not checked out that stream, please go and check that out. But yeah, so the Premier League has been suspended indefinitely. And listen, it was inevitable, really. It was never going to be put back on in the 30th of April, was it? Which is when they said, listen, this is a fast-moving situation with this virus, and listen, if they're not lifting the lockdown for another couple of months, then they're not going to play football. I don't understand. I don't know why they had that date. So yeah, it's been suspended until it's safe to resume, which puts a lot of things into question. For instance, like next season. Is next season going to get pushed back? More than likely, because with this season, the later and later this season resumes, then the later and later they're going to have to delay the start of the next season. And in my opinion, I just think they should just void the whole season, if I'm being quite completely honest, because the longer it goes on, the more difficult it is to keep the regular schedule. We got the Euros that's been put back to next summer. So yeah, the longer it goes on, the more harder it is to resume the normal schedule. And I think if we get to June and the season's still not resumed, I think there'll just come a point where they'll just say, you know what, we're going to scratch this season from the record books, because I do think it's important to start the season in August, the new season, because of the Euros next year. I don't think finishing off this season in August, maybe going through into September, October. Listen, I just don't think that's going to be a viable thing to do, especially with the Euros coming up. Now, they could just go through this, they could just finish this season and then have a massive break from maybe January onwards, right through to the Euros. But they could also just, like I said, they just could easily just scrap it. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't really know. There's a lot of factors to factor in, with the transfer window. I will get to chats as well in a minute. There's a lot of things to factor in with the transfer window. There's players' contracts to think about, not specifically in terms of Arsenal, but in terms of other clubs. there's a lot of things that could go wrong. Not necessarily go wrong. That's the wrong thing to say. There's a lot of things that need to be sorted, and when you think about it, in in my opinion, they should just go, you know what, we'll scrap the season. Still have the normal transfer window back in June through to August or however long it is. I think it's got pushed back now. The end of the transfer window. I think it's back to being the 31st of August or the 1st of September. So they've actually pushed that back to be in line with the rest of the clubs around Europe. But I just don't see how they can fit the season in. The longer this goes on, and let's be honest, it is going to go on for a fucking long time. The longer this goes on, the harder it is to get the season going again, because then it is going to cut into next season, and then that's going to then have a knock-on effect for the Euros, which is then going to have a knock-on effect for the World Cup season. Because listen, even if they play out the season in next season's slot, so to speak, they're still going to have to put in next season. That's not going to go wrong, is it? 19-20 campaign, and then they're just going to go straight in for a 21 to 22. I don't see how that. I just think it's easier just to wipe the season from the record books. Now, I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but I think it's vastly important that we keep the normal schedule. Considering that the schedule is going to change massively for the World Cup in Qatar, because that's a Winter World Cup. So yeah, I think it's important. I'm going to get into some of your chats now. Currently 4 people watching live. So thank you very much. Also, if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. Please, everybody go and put a like on this video as well. I'd really appreciate that. And everybody just stay safe as well. Yeah, stay safe. And but yeah, everybody please put a like on this as well. I'd really appreciate that. So let's get into some of your chats. Premier League. When was that, Alpha? So Alpha Training is saying the Premier League is set to resume. They're going to show 3 o'clock kickoffs, and they're lifting the blackout. When is that? When has that come out? Is that an official thing? Because I've not seen anything of that. Afternoon to you, Omar. Hope you're well, mate. Afternoon to you, or evening. I'm not sure what time it is in Kenya, but hope you're well, mate. Exactly, Omar. I agree with you. And Omar, for anybody who's not read his chat, I'm sure you will have, says that he thinks the season should be scrapped, as I do. And I think it should be. I really do think it should be scrapped, just to keep the normal schedule, because we've got to keep the normal schedule. The moment you start pushing things back, it's going to mess up the whole entire schedule. And like I said, the schedule is going to be messed up for the World Cup season. That's going to be messed up. So I just think we just write this season off. Listen, it's going to be harsh on Liverpool. It's going to be harsh on, the team sort of trying to get into those Champions League spots. But I just think it's the sensible thing to do. I don't know what. I know a lot of the reason why they're holding out to try and finish the season is because of money. But come on, man, this virus is more serious than money. Do you know what I mean? You can replace money, but you can't replace people's lives. And if the government, look, we're not all in lockdown for no reason. We're not all in lockdown for no reason. So we have to start accepting that this is going to go on for a long time. We can't, we have to get past the fact that this is not just going to be a situation that's going to go on for a few weeks. This is going to go on for maybe a few months and maybe even longer. Yes, I know it's boring. Listen, I'm bored as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It is boring. It is completely soul destroying, just doing the same shit different day. But listen, I look at all the people out there who are getting this virus and dying from it, and look at all the people who are working on the front line, and my hat goes off to them all, because I wouldn't want to put myself in their position, and it's a hats off to them doing it. Listen, someone's got to do that job, and the least we can do is stay at home and just make it easier for them, because they've got a hard job on their hands, a hard job, with saving lives and getting this virus under control. Have a look. So Alpha Training is saying that they will do it in a select few stadiums in the Midlands area. I'm not so sure. For the simple fact being that the Midlands is probably one of the hardest hit places for this virus at the moment. Afternoon to you, Liam. Hope you're well, mate. Scrap it, then watch your riots. I don't think there'll be riots, to be honest. Afternoon to you, Chadwick. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're good. Sad that Arsenal should be playing today. Yeah, listen, mate. A whole host of teams should be playing today. I think we had a home game today as well, didn't we? That was scheduled in, and it's quite a nice day as well. What's making it worse is this weather's just getting nicer and nicer. Yeah, Norwich at home. There we go. Liam's just said it right there. Norwich at home. Yeah, see, I've not seen any reports, Alpha Training, about that. Havin, how are you? How are you, mate? Can the clubs afford to pay the TV/sponsorship? Listen, I think the big Premier League clubs can. I think Premier League clubs can. Listen, they've got money. I think the lower leagues is a bit different because they haven't got as much money as the Premier League clubs. But yeah, listen, they've got the money. They've got money. They can do that. Not say that they're not going to take a financial hit, because of course they are, because they're not getting match day revenue. But listen, they've got money. They can afford it, especially now with the new breed of owners that are coming out that are just rich and wealthy. Yeah, they can do it. Of course they can. Look. Afternoon to you, Steve. Hope you're well, mate. And Steve makes a good point. That the season has to be voided because you can't have new players coming in the transfer window, still playing out the old season. That can't happen. And look, we've already signed William Saliba. So what is he going to come to Arsenal mid-season? Because the French season's been suspended as well, isn't it? So it's listen. There's so many things up in the air with this situation. It is completely unprecedented. So it's late afternoon in Kenya. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's about, well, like I said, it's gone 3:30 here, hence why I'm doing this stream. My 3:30 usual stream. Global warming is making weather hotter. I don't think we're that hot. Tell you what, as well, I've noticed as well, and you go outside, the amount of bumblebees and everything that's just outside, it's just ridiculous. You go outside and it's just like a blooming beehive out there. Do you know what I mean? Um, Chadwick says, "How long does it take me to get to the Emirates?" Takes me about, so I'll get a train and it takes me 2 hours on the train, and then it takes probably in total maybe about 2.5, 3 hours, just so just because I've got to get the tube and stuff, and then so usually to get to the Emirates, and I'm a season ticket holder, so I usually probably say around round trip maybe about 6 hours. Liam says, if the season is boys, we've just wasted the wage bill on Cedric because he'll never play for us. Yeah, is he a loan deal or is he it's a loan deal, right? Or did we get him on a permanent? I think that was just a loan deal. Wow, Kenya's 2 hours ahead of the UK. Okay, so it's about 5:30 there. So Liam says it takes him 30 minutes. Are you in London then, Liam? Do you live in London? Afternoon to you, Charlie. Hope you're well, mate. What is my favourite food dish? I quite like steak. I quite like curry. Yeah, I love a good curry. In fact, I had a curry yesterday. A nice lamb jalfrezi with pillar rice. It was amazing. Um, so Gavin says, "Do I think?" Hold on, let me reread that question because so he's saying, "Do you think Arteta's had a tough start? What with everything going on, and he joined in mid-season. Listen, Arteta's had a crazy start. You have to think what's happened. He come in mid-season. The squad was practically on its knees. In terms of we were very low on confidence, and then he's come in and he's got his philosophy implemented a little bit. Blighted by injuries, let's not forget that. And then obviously all this with the virus, so he's not been able to get his philosophy in a bit more. Do you know what? I actually think this will help him because I think he'll use this time, the time that we're not playing, and he'll hit the reset button with a lot of these players and just go, you know what? We've got time. That, from what I can gather, is they're still training, I think. I think they're opening the training centres, to work. To be honest, the one thing I will say as well, working on the basis that the season's not going to be completed, players have got loads of time to work on their fitness. Because let's be honest with you, Arsenal's fitness, our players' fitness, is just an absolute shit state this season. Committed Arsenal fan 6 hours. Just I enjoy the travelling as well. When I go, yeah, it's just me and my guide dog, just traveling up on the train and then traveling back. 11 Celsius. See, it's about 14. Celsius here, Steve. So so no worries, Omar. Do you know what Lee's FIFA streams are? I love watching Lee's FIFA streams. Pro footballers' immune systems they'll be fine to. You know what? I'm not so sure. Listen, look at the managers who are getting it, and they're ex-footballers, well, especially in Arteta's case. And look, he went down with a virus, and he was a pro footballer. Um, yeah, I'm not so sure. Listen, everybody's human at the end of the day. Nobody's immune from this virus. Don't bring the wifey. She does come. Yeah, wifey does come. She comes to the games occasionally, although she's not really a football fan. So when I drag her along to a game, it's a rare occasion. But yeah, she does come. She comes to the uh, she does come. So yeah, so that is the news today, guys. That the Premier League has been suspended indefinitely. And listen, I think if I'm being honest, they are going to scrap it. It's just a matter of time. I think the reason why they're drawing it out is because of money, plain and simple. Um, so yeah, that's the reason why they're drawing it out. It's because of money. Do hit the subscribe button, people, if you're not subscribed already. Um, and everybody in the chat now, if you've not already, go and slap a like. Everybody watching, if you're not in the chat, because I know there'll be a few people watching who's not in the chat, go and slap a like on this video as well. Also, as well, please, everybody, go and check out my pre-recorded videos, because they, they show them some love. Watch them all the way through, because that helps get the channel noticed as well. That really does help get the channel noticed. I am, you know, 22 subscribers away from 300. That is the next milestone that I'd like to reach, 300. So tell your mates about my channel as well. I'd really appreciate that. Share the channel around. Literally, just share it around to all your mates, and tell them about the channel. Tell them about the channel. How long have we been going? So we've been going almost 25 minutes now, which has been quite a decent stream. So yeah, the Premier League has been suspended indefinitely, and the longer it goes on, the harder it's gonna get to resume. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, in the chats. Obviously, I've read some of them out. I'm going to be back tomorrow, same time with this stream. Hopefully, in the week, I should have some guests on. I'm going to try and get in touch with some people and ask them if they would like to come on my channel. You know what it is? It's hard as well. It's hard trying to keep the flow of conversation when it's just one of you. So it's easier when you've got people on as well. That's why it's so important that I read out your chats, and then I can just get the flow of the conversation from the chats. But listen, you guys have been brilliant. The contribution from you guys has been outstanding. So I really appreciate all the love. I really appreciate all the chats. So yeah, really appreciate all of that. Well, guys, that's it. I'm going to end this stream now because I think we've talked about, we've talked about the Premier League and their decision to suspend the season indefinitely. Like I said, I'll be back tomorrow with another live stream, same time, same place, 3:30. Subscribe to the Blind Gooner if you're not already subscribed. Please share this channel around. I really appreciate it. It's still early days for me, so I'd really appreciate all the help and support that I could get from you guys by sharing the channel around, liking all my content. Go and smash the like button. That is so important, and the watch time is so important as well. So the more you guys watch, that also helps get the channel noticed as well. So until tomorrow, have a good day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I'll chat to you all tomorrow.